Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
St. Anne shopkeeper killed by gunman. A shopkeeper is dead after he was shot by an unknown assailant outside his business place on Pineapple Street, St. Anne on Tuesday. The deceased has been identified as 35-year-old Patrick Mignot of Main Street, Oterus in the parish. Reports from the police are that about 11:20 p.m., Mignot was standing at his shop waiting on the mother of his child when a gunman pounced upon him and opened fire, hitting him. It is reported that Mignot tried to escape but collapsed a few steps from his shop. He was taken to hospital where he was admitted in critical condition. He succumbed on Wednesday morning. $60 million fraud probe at Knox Community College. Even as a major fraud investigation is ongoing at Knox Community College in Clarendon, reliable sources say at least 5 staff members have been sent on leave pending completion of the probe. An authoritative source says the funds could amount to $60 million taken from 2 bank accounts. Chairman of the school board, Dunbar McFarlane, Principal Dr. Davia, and Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey were tight-lipped on Wednesday as to the exact amount allegedly defrauded from the school's accounts. A high-placed source told reporters on Tuesday that the alleged fraud was discovered last week at a retreat held to plan activities for the new calendar year. The source said $50 million was discovered missing from one account, and then it was picked up. Another $10 million had gone missing from another account. The source said the alleged fraud was done by falsifying checks. What apparently happened is that it was picked up that the account should have had more money. For example, the board made a decision to give somebody that is seeks $100,000 from an account, and the money was paid over to the person, the source said. Another check was written to the same person for $630,000, but the person didn't get it, the source added. Board Chairman McFarlane told reporters that he could only confirm that there is a problem. DCP Bailey, meanwhile, confirmed that the police were looking into the matter. The Knox Community College main campus is part of the Knox complex of schools located in Spalding, Clarendon. The community college also has campuses in Mandeville, Cobbler, and Maypen. A statement from the school, which has the principal's name affixed, said certain irregularities involving the falsification of a number of checks issued by the college were discovered. The discovery was prompted by a recent call from our banker seeking to verify 3 checks presented to them on the day, 3 checks with numbers coinciding with ones issued by the college, but apparently altered to reflect greater amounts. Subsequent internal checks reveal that other checks had in fact been paid previously, the statement read in part. The school said it then reported the matter to the authorities. Regarding reports that at least 5 people were sent on leave, Knox Community College in its statement said, the matter is now under full investigation by the relevant authorities, and in the meantime, several staff of the accounts department have been placed on administrative leave. Contingency measures have been put in place to ensure business continuity. Teenager charged for baby snatching to return to court January 25th. The teenager who is charged with the abduction of a 3-month-old baby has been remanded to a place of safety until January 25th, when she is set to return to court. When the 15-year-old appeared at the St. Catherine Children's Court on Wednesday, the court was told that the case file is incomplete. Her name is being withheld as she is a minor. The teenager's arrest and charge arose from an incident in Horizon Park in Spanish Town, St. Catherine on January 11, when the infant, Rasheen Malikal, was stolen from his mother. A report was made and the police held the teenager in Cambridge District, St. James. When questioned, the accused reportedly told the police that she had recently given birth to the child while in St. Catherine and had just returned home. The Cambridge police have labeled the suspect as a troubled teen who frequently runs away from her own home and ended up in the parish of St. Catherine, where she was living at one point. She reportedly befriended the 18-year-old mother of the infant on social media platform TikTok. Cop found guilty of murder after shooting 2 at football match. A policeman was convicted of murder and unlawful wounding in the St. Anne Circuit Court on Tuesday and will be sentenced next month. Corporal Alcott Williams was found guilty of the shooting of 2 persons, one fatally, during a football match at Druxall in the parish in 2010. High Court Judge Georgian Fraser will sentence the cop, a more than 15-year veteran of the constabulary, on February 3rd. Allegations are that Corporal Williams, who was a spectator at the match, intervened in a fight between supporters of 2 teams when he saw a man with a knife. It is alleged that the corporal ordered the man to drop the knife, but opened fire after the man advanced towards him. It was later discovered that the man and another patron were shot and injured. The two injured men were rushed to the St. Anthony Hospital when one died and the other was treated. Following investigation, Williams was subsequently charged. Portland Police to ramp up activities to maintain public order. The Portland Police will be ramping up enforcement activities in a bid to maintain public order in the parish. Head of the Division Superintendent Lloyd Darby said this will include strict monitoring of entertainment events. Entertainment promoters are being urged to abide by the 2 a.m. cutoff time in accordance with the Noise Abatement Act. Additionally, the cops will be vigilant as it relates to alcohol consumption, which contributes to disorderly behavior at events and on the roads.
Monitoring of our music events in other parishes in the country, we see where incidents happen after persons are heavily intoxicated. And so the longer persons consume alcohol at these music events is the greater the threat of incidents occurring there or accidents happening when persons are intoxicated and driving home. So we will increase our monitoring to turn off these events midnight in the week, 2 a.m. on the weekend. I continue to have dialogue with promoters and I'm trying to change the culture of persons having these events long after the cutoff time.
Curfew imposed in sections of Dunamton extended. The 72-hour curfew that was imposed in sections of Kingston Western Police Division on Sunday has been extended, according to the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF. In a statement on Wednesday, the JCF noted that the curfew extension will run from 6 p.m. on Wednesday, January 18 to 6 p.m. on Saturday, January 21. The boundaries of the curfew include Racecourse Lane from the intersection of Little King Street traveling to the fence line forming the Golden Heights housing development, and the northern and eastern sections of Racecourse Lane traveling south along the paved gully and continuing to the intersection of William Street and Upper Rose Lane. Additionally, the curfew includes Rose Lane from the intersection of William Street, continuing south along Rose Lane to the intersection of Beeson Street and Rose Lane, continuing west along Beeson Street to the intersection of Spanish Town Road, and southwest along Spanish Town Road to Little King Street, and along Little King Street from Spanish Town Road to the intersection of Racecourse Lane. The curfew excludes the Dunamton High School and Dunamton Police Station. The police are reminding the public that during the hours of the curfew, all persons within the boundaries of the curfew are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized in writing by the ground commander. Business and consumer confidence remain high. Despite consumer confidence increasing by only 1.8 percentage points over the fourth quarter of 2022, Jamaicans are still generally confident in the country's economy. That's the assertion made by Chief Executive Officer of Market Research Services Limited, Don Anderson, during the fourth quarter business and consumption confidence index webinar yesterday morning. Mr. Anderson explained that due to dramatic increases in consumer confidence in previous quarters, Jamaicans believe that the positive changes might temper growth to the future. He said the same is true for businesses, which remain confident in the country's economy, despite that confidence being reduced by 1.8 percentage points in the fourth quarter of 2022.
So the assessment from the data and from our perspective is that it is beginning to, the changes over the last 2 quarters have been so positive that consumers are saying, boy, we believe that some amount of contraction is likely to take place. It's not a significantly negative factor, but that we've grown so much in the last 2 quarters that we expect things to tail off. And we don't expect that same level of growth and level of positives in the economy. The same situation with regard to jobs. They're saying that over 2022, we had a pretty good situation in terms of expected jobs, in terms of current jobs. But going forward, we expect the thing to level off and even fall off a little bit. And that's because of the high movements during 2022. And not that they're negative necessarily or pessimistic about the situation. But given the changes and the significant changes that there were during 2022, they're saying we expect it to taper off and we don't expect it to be as good as it was in 2022. We have felt that the business and consumer sector tends to go in a way in parallel. They tend to move up and down together. Well, in this particular quarter, we found that after a dramatic increase of 18 percentage points, third quarter, fourth quarter, or third, fourth quarter, coming off the third quarter, that there would probably be a continuation. But I think we're having right now, what we're seeing right now, and what we're experiencing right now is a kind of reality check. That 18 percentage point increase was dramatic, was never before seen in any of our quarters. And therefore, what we're seeing in the fourth quarter is a leveling off, a slight decrease in business confidence, down 1.8% in the fourth quarter compared to the third quarter. Against that dramatic increase of 18 percentage points, almost understandable, almost expected.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification